Hi friends, I hope everyone is doing well. Today I thought it'd be fun and a bit of a challenge to use only delicate transparent ephemera for a collage. I've been adding altered bleeding tissue paper in my collages for quite some time, but along with other heavier papers. Also recently I used calculator tapes and a piece of clothing tissue pattern to a collage, but I haven't used just delicate transparent ephemera only. Side note, one of the reasons I like working in an art journal is to be able to try different techniques, materials, mediums in a non-pressure manner. Sometimes you get a beautiful finished piece of art, and that's a wonderful surprise. We won't be using too many supplies for this collage. We have the ephemera we'll be using, matte medium, which I feel is better to use on delicate papers than a glue stick. I'm trying to avoid any tears. We have an old paintbrush to apply the matte medium. I find that having a water jar nearby is good to put the paintbrush in between use. We have paper towels, of course, it's good to have on hand, and a piece of paper to put behind the journal page we're working on to protect the other pages in the journal, and of course, a pair of scissors. And that's it. So let's start collaging. For this collage, I'd like to have a light focal point. I have this lovely piece of ephemera that would be perfect for it. Instead of keeping this piece in its current size, I want to tear it apart and put the pieces back together in a different formation. I think this would add more interest to the focal point. Also, I'd like to overlay these light yellow pieces of paper as well. I think that will add additional interest to the focal point. Somebody gifted to me this piece of paper, and I'd like to incorporate this as well. And lastly, we have the bleeding tissue paper, and I pulled the colors from this gifted piece when I pulled the bleeding tissue paper, so we have shades of purple and some green. So what we're going to do is have the light focal point and put the bleeding tissue paper around it. That's the basic idea, but it could change a bit once we get started. I think we're at a point that we should let what we have down dry. And once it's dry, I'm going to trim off the edges, and then we can have a look at it to see if we need to add any more of the dark purple bleeding tissue paper. At this point, we can't lighten up the collage, but we can add darker elements. So I think it's best to wait until it's dry and trimmed, and then we'll have another look. So we'll be right back. The collage is dry and trimmed. Now we can take a good look at it to decide if we need to add any additional dark purple bleeding tissue paper for contrast. I love the beautiful jewel tone colors of the bleeding tissue paper that are on the collage now. You see a good variation of the dark purple, the light purple, and to the green. All the variation of colors adds interest to this collage. I like that the light focal point has some of the yellow tissue paper overlapping on top. Again, this adds a good amount of interest to the focal point and the overall design of the collage. I'm hesitant to add any more dark purple since I don't want to take away from the good variation of colors that are in the collage now. I'm happy with the way it looks. I believe that it's finished. This was a good exercise to use only delicate, transparent ephemera in one collage. I hope that this video inspires you to try something a bit different in your art practice. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye now.